What is up, guys? Emmanuel Jones here, back at it with another NFL record prediction. And this time, I'll be giving you my record predictions for the Atlanta Falcons in 2021. Give you my thoughts and my analysis to see which games do I think the Falcons will win, and to see which games do I think the Falcons will lose. So before I get into my record predictions for the Atlanta Falcons in 2021, don't forget to put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment your opinion down below and see what your prediction for the Falcons is. Do you think the Falcons are going to take a step forward this year? Do you think they're going to make that jump to playoff territory? Or do you think they're going to take a step back this year? So anyways, we're going to get started. So week 1, the Falcons kick it off with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now this is a very interesting game though. But this game can barely go either way though, because I do not have faith in both defenses. But I feel like this game is going to be really offensive, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think they're going to keep it close. But I want to go with the Eagles, though, but I'm going to go with the Falcons here because they're at home, and I think they have the better quarterback. So, yeah. And I think they have the better coaching staff. That's why I think Atlanta will win. All right, next game. They have to play versus the Buccaneers. They have to play them week 2 and week 13. I actually have them getting swept by the Buccaneers, and the reason why is that, the Buccaneers are just the better team. They have the better quarterback and the better coach. I mean, yeah, there's no question in that. So, Buccaneers win. Easy win. Now, next game, they have to play versus the Giants. Now, this game is going to be very interesting, though. But I feel like that can go either way, though, because, the Falcons can really match up well with the Giants really good. But you know what? I'm going to go with the Giants here because I think the Giants are going to be a good team this year. And I really think that the receivers they have for the weapons they have for on offense for the Giants, I feel like it's going to be too much for the Falcons secondary to handle. So I think Daniel Jones is going to have a big game, and I think he's going to like break apart of that Falcons young secondary. And Saquon, I think he's going to have a big game, which I don't think the Falcons defense is good enough to stop him. So, yeah, that's why I think the Giants win. Now, next game, they have to play versus the Washington football team. Now, this game is going to be very interesting, though. Now, we can see this game going either way, though. I want to go with the Falcons, though, because they have the better quarterback. But I just don't think the Falcons have the defense, to, slow down the Washington offense. And I don't think they have the corners, to cover Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas, Adam Humphries, Damani Brown. I mean, yeah, I just think that the Washington receivers will have a good day. So I'm probably going to go with the football team because I just think they're the better team. They have the better defense. I think Washington has a great secondary. Outside of William Jackson is not good, so I think he can find a way to cover Calvin Ridley, and maybe I think their pass rush can find a way to they can really get Matt Ryan some fits. So yeah, but I think it's gonna be close though. But I think Washington finds a way to win, and also they have the better coach. So yeah. Now next game they have to play it against the Jets. You know what? This game can barely go either way too because the Jets improved on defense a little bit. But the Jets can surprise some people though, but in 2021, but I think this game right here is going to be very, very close. But I'm going to go with the Falcons here because I just don't trust a rookie on the road. So yeah. They have the better quarterback. They're at home. They have the better coaching staff. So yeah, and I think Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts will have a big game. So which means that I think Matt Ryan will find a way to pick apart that Jets young secondary. So yeah, which is not good. So that's why the Falcons win. So you get a bye week 6. Then after the bye week, they have to play versus the Dolphins on the road. This is a cross-country game for Atlanta, but I have the Dolphins winning because I just feel like the Dolphins are the better team. And on top of that, I just kind of feel like that, I don't think the Falcons secondary is going to have an answer for Jalen Waddle and Wolf or Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki. So I feel like those weapons for the Dolphins will have a big day. So Tua should be able to pick apart that Falcons young secondary. So yeah, but I think it's gonna be close. But I think the Dolphins find a way to win. Next game they have to play versus the Panthers. They have to play them week 8 and week 14. I got them splitting with the Panthers. So I say they win the first game versus the Panthers, and then they lose the second game versus the Panthers because they're both evenly in power. They're both equal in power. So yeah, and also I just think the Panthers are to have the better defense than the Falcons because the Falcons defense is not improved. So yeah, that's why that's why I think the Panthers are just a better team for right now. But that can totally change. So next game, week 9, they have to play versus the Saints, and then they got to play versus the Saints week 18. I got them splitting with the Saints this year, so I'm gonna say they lose to the Saints the first game, then they beat the Saints the second game. Now look, I don't think the Saints are gonna be good this year. So I think they're gonna take a step back this year because they lost Drew Brees. Even though I think the Saints are a better team, I mean, yeah, that's still the reason why I think they're gonna split with the Saints because I don't really think the Saints are gonna be a playoff team this year. Now, next game, week 10, they have to play versus the Cowboys. Now, I think we do remember this game from last year because I think we did remember when the Cowboys, they came for a comeback and Atlanta almost won. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here because I just think the Cowboys are a better team. And I think the Cowboys have a better receiving core, so I feel like Dak Prescott will find a way. He's going to have a big game that day. And I think that Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a big game, which I think he's going to run all over that Falcons defense. And I think that the receivers that the Cowboys have can find a way to expose that Falcons young secondary. But I think it's going to be cool. But I wouldn't be shocked if they kept this game closer. But I think the Cowboys can win. All right, next game, they have to play the Patriots on Thursday night. I got the Patriots winning because I just think the Patriots are just a better team. They have the better coach. I mean, I just think their defense is going to find a way to give Matt Ryan some fits. And I think that, their secondary, I think they upgraded their front seven to give Matt Ryan some fits. And they also upgraded their corner position a little bit, to cover the Falcons receivers, cover the Falcons weapons on offense. So yeah, but I think it's gonna be much closer. But I think the Patriots find a way to win. Now next game, week 12, they have to play against the Jaguars. Now this is an interesting game though. I mean that can go either way though because it's gonna be Matt Ryan versus Trevor Lawrence. I want to say the Falcons to win because I like their offense more than the Jags. But I feel like this game is gonna be offensive because because they both have a young defense. But you know what? I'm going to go with the Jags here because they're at home, and I think Trevor Lawrence is going to outduel Matt Ryan this game. So, yeah. So, I don't think Jacksonville is going to have an answer for Tim Tebow if he's playing. So, I think he'll find a way to pick apart that Falcons young secondary. And Matt Ryan, I mean, we can see the Falcons win this game, though, because Matt Ryan can find a way to pick apart that Jags young secondary, which both defenses are not great, and both offenses are kind of not great. So yeah, that's why I think Jacksonville will win. Now next game, week 15, they gotta play the Niners. I got the Niners winning because the Niners are just more talented than the Falcons. So yeah, and they also have the better coach in this game. So yeah, there's no reason in that. I mean, that's why I think the Niners win this game. Next game, they have to play versus the Lions. Now, this is another game that can go either way, though. But both these two teams are not going to be great. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pick the Falcons to win because I believe that, they have the better coaching staff in this game. They're at home. And I believe that I think Matt Ryan is the better quarterback than Jared Goff. So, yeah. But you know what? I just really think that, I think that Matt Ryan is gonna find a way to have a big game. I mean, I feel like Kyle Pitts and Calvin really be too much for a Lions secondary to handle. But yeah, we can see the Falcons lose to the Lions though because they're both bad teams anyway. But I just feel like the Falcons have a little more playmakers on offense than the Lions do because the Lions don't really have a lot of playmakers on offense that scare you. Because outside T.J. Hawkinson is not great. That's why. Now week 17 they play the Bills. I got the Bills winning because the Bills are the better team. They have the better coach. They're at home, and I believe they have the better quarterback. Look, I believe Josh Allen is the better quarterback than Matt Ryan. So yeah, that's why the Falcons are gonna win. That's why I got the Bills winning. So at this time and moment, I have the Falcons going 5-12. I mean, that's like pretty much better than last year. I mean, 2-4 in their division, 4 in their conference, 5-3 at home, 0-9 away. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of weird to say that the Falcons that will lose like every away game, because when you look at the teams their schedule, it's tough. I mean, they have to play the Bucks twice. They play the Giants. They play the football team. They play the Dolphins. They play the Saints twice. They play the Cowboys. They play the Patriots. They play the Niners and the Bills. I mean, the Panthers twice. I mean, the Saints twice. I mean, man, this is a hard schedule. And I feel like that's difficult to overcome. But, that's pretty much saying that their season could be better than last year. But you know what? I can really see the Falcons winning like 6 or 7 or 8 games this year. But I'd say their maximum is like about maybe like 6 wins, I say. But you know what? I think the Falcons are probably going to land somewhere from like 4 to 5 wins this year. But I'm going to stick with 5. I'm going to change that and say their maximum will be like about 7 wins. So I'm going to say the Falcons can go anywhere from 4 to 6 wins this year. But I'm going with 5 because, I feel like their schedule is a lot harder. And I think they do take another step back this year because of the loss of Julio Jones. But now, I don't really know if their offensive line is that great. But the defense is totally not good. And I love Matt Ryan. I still think he's a top 12 quarterback. But I don't really know if the Falcons are going to be able to protect Matt Ryan, which I think Matt Ryan is very solid. So, yeah. And I will say their floor can be like about 3 wins this year, but I don't think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, I kind of really feel like the Falcons are an average team. I mean, I like their coaching combo with Arthur Smith and Dean Pease, which I think he can really make the defense better. But they don't really have a lot of studs on defense to stay competitive in these games, and I don't really think they have lots of studs on offense. I mean, I feel like Kyle Pitts is gonna be a stud. Calvin Ridley's a stud. I mean, yeah. So I feel like the Falcons' offense gets a lot worse. Because when you look at the division, it's pretty good. Because I kind of feel like the Bucks are going to be the best team in this division. Because I feel like the Falcons and Panthers and the Falcons, Panthers, and Saints, they're not all going to be playoff teams. So, yeah. So I feel like all these teams can disappoint me except for the Buccaneers, which they wouldn't disappoint me. But they can. I mean, if they made that jump into playoff territory, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, that's how I see it as the Falcons, though, as 5-12. So just let me know if I'm right, or let me know if I'm wrong. I mean, in the comment section below. Well, it's Mail Jones from the Big Fan. I mean, hope you guys enjoy watching this video. And don't forget to check out my playlist for more NFL record predictions on there. So, it's Emmanuel Jones So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.